if these folks later, two people are arguing over the answers they get when they do these problems, and one person gets answers that looks like points, 5, 0, and 2, 0, and another person gets answers that look like x equals, whose makes sense? Who's correct? You have 30 seconds in your group to decide because you have a 50-50 chance. What about 20 seconds?
Oh, wait, you still think Katie's right?
Yeah, they're both right.
They're
both right for the bottom one because it says X. So for the X, you plug in 0 for the Y.
So Katie and Miguel is right.
Yeah. But on the bottom one, they're both right too.
I'm not understanding why Katie's right though.
So Katie, you
On the bottom one?
No, the middle one, Katie. No, I understand why.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, quick decisions. Can I have your eyes up here? Raise your hand if you think Carla's correct. 2 people think Carla's correct. Raise your hand if you think Carly's correct. Name 2 people and more. I like it. Okay, tell me more. Robert, tell me why you think so.
Because when it's for the X, you plug in 0 for the Y.
Okay. So, does that make, tell me more about what, you've made a good statement and a true statement. When we're trying to find an x-intercept, we put 0 in for y. But how does that tell you one of these is correct? Or both of them are correct?
Because it's telling the same thing.
This one's telling us x equals 5 and x equals 2, and this one is also? Is he convinced you?
Yeah.
Elizabeth, but not really. Why were you thinking no? You originally said just surely, right? Why'd you say just surely? So I have a question, because Robert was pretty convincing. What is this first question originally asking us to find? Just solve for x, right? Is there any y there? No. So that makes this a little bit of an interesting answer because this has x's and y's in the answer, right? So if this had said find the x-intercepts, and you'd put in the 0, we'd had a y here, then Carla's answer would make more sense because then it would be a point. When it just says solve the equation, we're really just looking for an x equals answer, so we're going to be able to stop when we get something like what Shirley said. And I don't know if that's what was going through your head, Elizabeth, or you were thinking about that differently. So we want to be careful when we go back and look at what's the question asking us for. Is it asking us for a point? Is it asking us just for an x equals? Okay?
Hold on, so these answers connect to these problems up here?
Yes. Oh, no. They're same kind of directions, different numbers.
So what down here, what is exactly x?
Hang on. So since we didn't do these problems all the way through, we have to take a look, right? These are actually going to help us get answers to these problems, I believe. Yes. So these answers are for answers to this equation.
But if they both giving us the x numbers, wouldn't they both be right though?
They're both giving us the x numbers, and Carla's giving us even more. She's giving us a y that isn't part of the problem.
Oh.
Make more sense? Yeah. So she's going further and saying like, oh, if this was this kind of problem, this is what my answer would look like. But she's actually doing more work than she needs to. Okay?